Hi guys, so today I've got some ball mastery skills for you to work on. We are going to be looking at some stuff that is in the air. We are going to be looking at some stuff that is on the floor. Some of it will be nice and basic. Some of it will be a little bit more advanced. So make sure that you stay tuned.
So guys, our first one for today is the sole tap. So what we are trying to do here is get our bottom of our foot touching the ball. We're going left foot, then right foot. And once we get comfortable on the spot, as you can see on the video, we can start to work the ball forwards and backwards. Now what we're trying to do here is getting a nice rhythm where we can tap the ball left to right, and then you're probably looking to work for a set of about 30 to 40 seconds and looking to go 2 or 3 times. Okay guys, so the next one is the inside of the foot taps. Now very similar to our sole taps, but this time we are using the inside of our foot. We're trying to stay on the spot and find ourselves a nice little rhythm, and with this one we're looking to try and go for 30 to 40 seconds again for 2 to 3 sets. Okay guys, so our next one is the step overs on the spot. Now what we're trying to do here is take our left and our right foot over the ball and get into a nice little rhythm. Now what's important to remember here is we're trying to sell the defender if we were using this skill in a game. So we really need to try and exaggerate and push from one side to the next side to the next side. And on this one you're looking to work for a set again of about 30 to 40 seconds and 2 to 3 sets. Okay guys, so moving on from the last one, now we're looking at a step over and a shift. So with this one we're going to bring our left or our right foot over the ball and use our opposite foot to push with the outside just to move that ball. Now this will be a lot more like what we'd use in a game because we've got the ball static, we're going to bring one foot over and then we're just going to try and push to shift the defender to the other side. Once you've done that, you bring the ball back towards your spot and continue again. Really important, again looking at that exaggeration so that we can really try and sell the defender. And again we're looking to work for 30 to 40 seconds and then maybe 2 to 3 sets. Okay guys, so for the next bit you need to grab yourself a cone as we will be using this for the next set of skills. So for this one it is called our inside foot V. So what we are trying to do is pull the ball back and push it forward with the opposite foot to create a V shape. Where we're going behind our cone, pulling it back and forth using our left and right foot. And as you see, once you get a little bit more confident, you can start to go into a little bit of a bounce and pull and push and pull and push. Again, we're looking to go for about 30 to 40 seconds on this one with 2 to 3 sets with a little bit of a rest in between each one. Okay guys, so very similar to our last one, but this time we are going to be doing some outside of the foot V. So rather than using our inside to push that ball forwards, we're going to be using the bottom of our foot to pull it back as before, but now we are using the outside of our foot to push that ball forward. And again, once you get a little bit more confident, you can start to get into a good little rhythm where you're pulling that ball back and pushing it forward. Again, we're looking to work for about 30 to 40 seconds for 2 to 3 sets of these and giving ourselves a nice little rest in between to get our breath back. So on to our next one using the cone. Now this time we're going for a pull and a push using the inside of our foot. So what you're going to do is you're going to push that ball forward using the bottom of your foot, and as you bring it back you're then going to use the inside of the foot or the bottom of your foot to push that ball across to the other side. So you're almost creating a half box round your cone. Again, once you get a little bit more confident, you can start to get into a little bit of a rhythm where you're shifting it from your left side to your right side. Again, we're probably looking at 2 to 3 sets on this one and probably going to look to go for about 30 to 40 seconds again, giving yourself a nice little breather and a nice little rest in between. Okay guys, so our last one using the cone is a sole box. Now all we are going to try and do here is create a box around the outside of our cone using the bottom of our foot on our sole. So we can go either side, you can push the ball round the cone, you might go one way and then come back round the other way, and as you get a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more confident, you're going to try and go a little bit quicker as you pull that ball round. Again, we're going to work for 30 to 40 seconds for 2 to 3 sets and give ourselves a little rest and a little breather in between. Okay, so these will get a little bit harder as we go along. Now the first one is the jump up, and all you're doing here is you're going to pop that ball in between your feet, you're going to jump up with that ball, you're going to try a couple of kick-ups just to show you that you're set and you're nice and comfy, and then you're going to go again. So we're just creating a little bit of momentum as we pull that ball up couple of kick-ups to show we've got control, drop it back down and go again. With these, you're looking to go for about 30 to 40 seconds again, with 2 to 3 sets on each one. Okay, our second one of our aerial ball mastery is the pull and other foot flick. So all we're going to do is we're going to pull the ball back with one foot and flick it up using the other foot. We'll then have a couple of kick-ups just after that to show ourselves that we've got control of that football, then bring it back down and try again. Now it's important that you get a good bit of pace on your flick in order to get that ball up. If you don't quite get that pace, you are going to struggle to get it up. Again, we're going to go for 30 to 40 seconds on this one, 2 to 3 sets, and then give yourself a little bit of breather in between. Okay, skill number 3, getting a little bit more complicated now, is the 360 spin. So with this one, you're going to set yourself up with the ball, you're going to get a little bit of momentum as you spin round, and you're going to shift that ball, and hopefully that ball is going to come up in the air with you. Couple of kick-ups, then we bring the ball back down and try again. Now don't get frustrated if you find this one a little bit more difficult on your first couple. Again, we're going for 30 to 40 seconds, and we're looking for 2 to 3 sets on this one. Okay, our next one for our aerial ball mastery and trying to get the ball up is the clamp. So with this one, we're almost just going to knock our 2 feet together, and hopefully that creates enough momentum that the ball comes up into the air with us. Couple of kick-ups again just to show us that we've got control. We pop the ball down, we reset, and then we try again. Again, we're looking for 30 to 40 seconds on this one. Give ourselves a bit of a breather, and then we're going to look for 2 to 3 sets. Again, with this one, do not get frustrated if the first couple of times you find it difficult, because it is not the easiest skill ever to try. Okay, so now we've got that ball in the air, we're going to look at some different ways that we can keep it up in the air. Now we're going to start nice and simple with some left to right foot keepy uppies, and all we're going to do is try and keep the ball up using our left, then our left, then our right. Now once you get a little bit more confident, you might try and put a little bit slightly higher ones in there, but at the moment you're just trying to keep it in and around your knee, and you're trying to do as many as you can without dropping that ball. Once you've done that, keep that number in your head, and the next time you go, you're trying to beat that. You might go for 3 or 4 minutes on this one, having a little practice, seeing how long you can keep that ball up. Okay, so now we're confident with that one. What we're going to try and do is test ourselves a little bit more. So we're going to do a few little kick-ups from our left to our right foot, and every so often we're just going to chuck a little high one in. So you're going to try and kick it up above your head, and you're just trying to use your thigh or your foot or whatever you feel most comfortable with to bring that back down and get back into that rhythm where you're getting on those low kick-ups again. You might try and count these in sets. So for example, every 5 you do and you put one up might be worth 1 point, and you're going to continue doing that, see how many sets you can get until you drop that ball. Again, try for 3 to 4 minutes, and then give yourself a little breather and move on to our next one. Okay, and the final one, a personal favourite of mine, is the Scottish kick-up. Now with this one, it is a little bit of a calf burner, but what you're trying to do is use the edge of your toe to just push the ball up, push the ball up, push the ball up into the air. Now as you will see, I'm a little bit more confident on my left foot as a left footer, but once you get more comfortable, you can try and flip that ball over onto your opposite foot and have a little play. See how many you can get, and again, go for maybe 3 or 4 minutes on this one, see what the most you can get is, and then that is us wrapped up on our ball mastery aerial wise for today. Okay guys, great job. So that is us wrapped up for our individual ball mastery today. We did some stuff on the floor where we were looking at using different parts of our feet with the cone and without the cone, and then we did some stuff where we were trying to get the ball up in the air, and we looked at some different challenges once we had that ball in the air. These are things that you can try at home all the time if you get 10, 15, 20 minutes spare. So please keep on trying them, and don't be afraid to let us know how you got on.